It is Friday, November 12th, 2021. Live from the After Dark World Headquarters. This is your humble correspondent, KD. For Mr. and Ms. America, all ships at sea, all sods everywhere. Good morning. We shall begin this morning with the Bible. Luke chapter 12, verse 14. Actually, we'll begin at verse 13. Then someone called from the crowd, "Sir, please tell my brother to divide my father's estate with me." But Jesus replied, "Man, who made me a judge over you to decide such things as that? Beware, don't always be wishing for what you don't have. For real life and real living are not related to how rich we are." And so all my loyal subscribers are saying right now, wow, he was just reading from Gent like yesterday. What's going on? Is this going to turn into KD's Bible study? Well, maybe. But the context of this is when I was a teacher, especially the grade that I had and the kids I had, sometimes they would have the most ridiculous, petty squabbles over nothing. And they would come up to me. And they'd say, whatever the little petty, ridiculous squabble was. And then I'd pause. I look them right in the eye and I say, now I'm paraphrasing now, I changed it a little bit. God made me judge over man to decide such things? And they would be so stunned, they would go back to their seats and immediately forget it. That made me very happy. Also, when it was the most absurd and the most ridiculous, here would be my response. They would go, blah, 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 blah. And then I'd do like this. They would be waiting for a response, and then I would continue like this until they turned around, went back to their seat and set their ass down and immediately forgot it. Teaching on occasion was great fun. And I think these little mush heads might have learned something on occasion. It's hard to tell. They're all grown up now, so I don't know. Maybe I'll meet some of them wandering the earth someday. So now Bible study's over. Let's go to things Yankees don't know. Seems suspect to me. But there was something I want to ask you about. It's referring to pot liquor here. And here's a confession. I'm a son of the South, well, at least the Carolina South. I'm not Georgia South, I'm not Alabama South. And God help you if you try to lump Texas with the South, because they will tell you right motherfucking fast, we ain't got nothing to do with the South. As a matter of fact, here's what they would usually say. Yeah, I walked away from the camera. I'm going to show you something. I got this when I was in Austin. That don't say nothing about messing with the South, does it? They don't give a rat's ass about that. It's Texas or nothing, baby. So anyway, pot liquor. The one dish meal with corn pone naturally. As I said, I'm a son of the South. I cannot tell you whether I've had pot liquor in my life. I have no idea. I've ate some get down country cooking in my time, but I have no idea. But here's what they're saying. It's mountain style pot liquor. This is the mountain recipe. Well, I live in the foothills, not in the mountains. So here's what they say. Put ham shoulder in pot of water, cover, simmer 2 or 3 hours, cut out core, and quarter a head of cabbage. Okay, I'm with you so far. Put cabbage in the pot, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon black pepper, 2 small pods red pepper. Cover and simmer 2 or 3 more hours. Add water to keep original volume. Corn pone is a must with pot liquor, so here's the pone recipe. And they're talking about making cornbread. I don't think I've ever seen anybody make it. I have no idea whether I've ever ate it before. So, you know, all the heads will say, ha ha ha, pot liquor. Yeah, get your Marahoochee and get your Old Crow whiskey and you've got pot liquor. No. So anyway, it's confusing. I have no idea. That might be just one of those things that was in a certain section of the mountains or the rural areas of Appalachian mountain chain. That makes no sense. Appalachian mountain culture, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, farthest reaches of North Carolina. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had it. I'd try it. Would I like it? I don't know. Let's continue. Mountain English. This ought to be good. War, past tense of is. He were right there where it happened. That seems a bit much. Walnuts. I like walnuts, but it's walnuts. I never heard that one. Whippoorwill, a bird which sings mostly at night. Womern. I heard Junior Sample say that on motherfucking Hee Haw all the time because he would refer to Lisa Todd, or maybe it was that Got It Going On Misty Rowe as Womern Child. I don't remember. One more. Yaller, the color of ripe lemons. This seems a bit contrived. I could be wrong, but it seems a little over the top to me. Maybe to sell it to some damn Yankee that doesn't know any better. Okay, I said the best for last. We begin with the Bible and we'll end with What is Next for the Revolution or Revival by Mr. W.V. Grant. Did these men have long hair? Samson, Jesus, Paul, Peter, John, Elijah? It's this last part that I really like. So obviously this pamphlet was produced in the late 1960s, early 1970s. Here's how he concludes his pamphlet. We are told that the rock songs push dope. The average boy or girl who listens to the first few hits may not learn the symbolic language. That is the songs that push dope. This kind of language makes the generation gap wider. The psychedelic rock music is often called acid rock. Acid is slang for LSD. Well, a solid reading this is going to know the acronym LSD. Why don't you say lysergic acid diethylamide? Just saying. They tell us that many of these songs are written under the influence of drugs. That's true. Or booze. While the writers are seeing giraffes, he misspells giraffes, or large spiders coming at them. Boy, they need to lay off the whatever they're doing if they're seeing that. They say they have a touch of the Hindu mysticism in them. Authorities say that rock songs glorify sex. Well, the best ones do. Think about every Kiss song ever written. Meet Me in the Ladies' Room? He probably wouldn't like that. Okay, I'm going to wind this up here. We are told that millions of teenagers are listening to these songs. The record producers make millions of dollars on them. Little by little, the youth is brainwashed and become addicts. So here's my rebuttal. What about country music? He didn't mention that. Everything they say about rock and roll, I could tie to country. Interesting. What about those white boy gospel quartets that Elvis Presley modeled some of his stage act after, with their pompadour hair and their tight suits? When the preachers preached against them, the entire congregation would turn heel because they wanted to hear them sing. I don't know. Misguided, over the top, or just a maniac. I don't know, but I love stuff like this. We shall conclude with a contemporary quote. Well, no. A quote of William Burroughs' contemporary and friend, Brian Gysin. It's called Brian Gysin's All-Purpose Nuclear Bedtime Story. I used to tell this to the kids on occasion when they were listening and interested. Come on, gather on around. Once upon a time, there was a sloppy, dirty giant. Well, let me start that over again. Millions of years ago, there was a sloppy, dirty giant who flicked grease from his fingers. One of those gobs of grease is our universe on its way to the floor. The end. Let's be kind today. Let's be kind to animals. Let's do the right thing, even when no one's looking. Remember, discipline equals freedom. Remember, never complain and never explain. And keep calm and carry on. I shall see you again very soon. Come and visit me on KD After Dark. I've got 36 subscribers. I'm really looking for 37. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, get shit done. See ya.